goal up, would you believe, against Man City, but City scored 4 more to be crowned Premier League champions. Burnley lose at home by 3-1 against Arsenal. Arsenal needed a lot of goals, but they also needed Spurs to concede them if that was going to swap round, but it didn't. Palace, look at that, 8 goals in their game at Selhurst Park. 5-3 against Bournemouth. Fulham lost 4-0 against Newcastle. Goalless between Leicester and Chelsea. Liverpool did beat Wolves. They finished on 97 points, but it will be at least 30 years since they've won the title, if they won it next year, which of course they might not. You know about United. I'll skirt over that one quickly. Southampton 1-1 against Huddersfield. Spurs 2-2. They were 2-1 behind against Everton. And Watford 1, West Ham United 4. So all that, of course, means that Manchester City are the Premier League champions, and Manchester United have lost 2-0 at home on the last day of the season to a team that had been relegated, and they were relegated before today's game. That's how bad the afternoon was. I've got David May, Wes Brown and Lou Macari alongside me. Let me get your view on a few players that, of course, we saw at the end. They're walking around, everyone was clapping the fans were clapping back at them. Some players we might not see next season, Antonio Valencia being one of them. What do you make of him? What do you make of...
He's been a good servant for the club, served his 10 years. He's not played many games this season. But yeah, him and it's his last day today at Old Trafford. You wish him well, and there'll be probably 3 or 4 others who'll be we won't be seeing.
It's funny, Wes, isn't it? You look at Valencia, you look at the other fullback as well, Ashley Young. These are players in the twilight of their career, shall we say, that actually started off their career as wingers, and they finished at Manchester United as wing backs or full backs as well. Is that one area you think that's, apart from Luke Shaw, of course, who was recently voted Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year on Thursday, is that one area United have to look at strengthening, the defensive area?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we can always improve everywhere. But Antonio, I was here still when Antonio was here. He's been a great player. Like you said, he moved from right wing to the back. But let me tell you something, he'll give you everything, every game, 100%. You know, he would run all day, and your time comes, and like I said, he's deserved everything he's got. He's won lots of medals, and we move on again. But he'll always be remembered because he's done so well.
Let me ask you, of course, growing up as a kid, I'm used to United playing the 4-4-2. They don't really play that. Not a lot of Premier League teams do. It seems to be quite unfashionable at the moment. We know that Ollie's got a rebuilding job to be done. Jadon Sancho is a player that's been linked to United. In the past, it's been Gareth Bale as well. We're talking about wingers there, out-and-out wingers that have been moved back. Do you think that that's an area maybe that you hope, or you think maybe Solskjaer will be looking at, bringing back the traditional 4-4-2? Do you think United should play with wingers? Perisic being another player United have been linked to as well?
I think nowadays, when you're looking for players, as Ollie will be during the summer, I think to get your hands on 2 or 3 good players, I think you're doing exceptionally well. I'm not so sure there's that many out there. Everyone's after the same thing. Everyone's after top-class players. Whether they can play in a full-back position, natural full-backs, or bombing forward, don't really think that matters, Andy, because we've seen with the 2 lads we've been talking about, both been great servants. Both, when they came here, Ashley Young was wide left or wide right at times. Same with Valencia. And what they've given the club is what we're looking for again. We're looking for 2 new players who can give the service that they've given, and until this later stage of their career, sort of not really let the club down at all. Valencia, unfortunately, as Wes touched on, picked up a few injuries, and that brings your career to a quicker end than you would hope for. And Ashley Young's kept going, and at one time everyone was doubting his ability to play for Manchester United. I think he bounced back and showed everybody that he could, and now he's probably going to move on, or whatever he decides to do, because I think he's got one more year. So I think when the summer transfer thing starts off again, I think you've got to be looking who's improved your team. I'm not so sure there's going to be a scramble for the free transfers like there normally is. There's normally a scramble for a few free transfers. We need quality. We need players that can go in there right from the start, not take time to bed in. And those top players that we're talking about, they can go in. They do go into people's teams, and they do perform right away. But it's where do you get a number that we need? And looking at last week and looking at today, we need a fair number of players.
And also, Maisie, of course, it's happened in the past when we were playing Europa League football and we still attracted the likes of Paul Pogba. But the fact that United need to buy I would imagine that every club that they connect with, they're going to push their prices up anyway, because they know we're. I don't want to use the word desperate, but that's sort of where the club is at the moment.
No,
but I was going to say also, can we attract big names at the moment still, because of where the club is at the moment, and also more importantly because we don't have Champions League football? Will that be a problem?
I suppose it can be a problem, but if you wave enough till at them, they'll come, and it might be down to that. It might be down to the point that we're at a club where the lads earn huge amounts of money, and if that's what you want to come for, then maybe that's not the type of player we should be looking at. Maybe we should be looking at players who can slot in, maybe at right back or right midfield or right wing, left wing, whichever position it is, that are actually going to improve the team, but also who want to play for the team, who want to play for this club. Absolutely.
What was nice as well was seeing everyone on the pitch, right, with their families as well.
Yeah.
Because of course they will be hurting. Let's not forget that the players that we've been talking about, they'll be hurting as well. Won't they? They won't just walk off, get in their cars and go home and forget about the season. They'll be aching as much as we are.
Do you think so?
Do you not? Do you not?
Not sure.
Well, some
will. Some it'll hurt, but some I don't think they're bothered. I don't. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
I honestly think that.
Well,
way.
let's hear from one player that I know will be hurting. Of course, a local lad, Jesse Lingard. We can hear from him now.
Limits. We need to get 100% out of each other in training sessions, and disappointing. Not many words that I can say. But now we look forward to next season. We rebuild, we regroup. We come much stronger. We have to work harder throughout the season. In training, we need to push each other to the limits. We need to get 100% out of each other in training sessions, and that'll deliver in matches. So I think training is very important. The manager reiterates to us hard work. Working hard. Always comes out on top in the end.
Obviously, a pretty horrible way to end it for the fans as well, who stayed behind for the lap at the end. What would be your message for the supporters who would not have enjoyed this season probably overall?
Yeah, it's hard, of course. It's hard for everyone. Fans, players, staff, everyone associated with the club. It's not where we, it's not where we need to be. It's Man United deserve to be at the top, and that's where we need to be. And like I said, it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of focus. It's a long season, and a lot of games. So we're going to need everybody next season. We're going to have to work hard in pre-season, and now the manager's got the job. He can really put an identity on the team.
The manager said he wants everyone ready for, I think, July the 1st when everyone comes back, everyone fit and firing. So how important do you think the pre-season is to start on the front foot in the next campaign?
Yeah, we will be ready. We have to be. We have to make a stand from the start. We have to be on the front foot. Like I said, the manager's come in now, and he can really stamp his authority and get us playing the way he wants us to play. And we have to listen to that, and I'm sure it'll work.
Mason Greenwood started today as well. Looked lively. What did you make of his performance?
No, he's brilliant. He enjoyed the occasion. He gave us that energy. He was getting on the ball, he was getting shots off, and that's the confidence of the kid. He's not scared of the occasion, he's not scared of playing there for above 75,000 people, and we took it on himself to take the game to them, and it was brilliant. Obviously we had people around him to help us, and that's our job. It's Man United's always brought you through. And they've always had that experienced players as well, so if we can combine that next season, I'm sure we'll do well.
He seemed to sort of take it in his stride, really. And what sort of character is he?
Yeah, he's kind of laid back, to be honest, but once you get to know him, he comes out of his shell a bit more, and like I said, when he got on the ball the first few minutes, his confidence was up then, and he can show what he's doing, but there's plenty more to come from Mason and a lot of the young players there.
In the end, we finished 6th, obviously a long way behind the top 2. How difficult will it be to close that gap, and are you confident that if we're having this conversation in a year's time, things will be looking rather rosier?
Yeah, something has to change. Like I said, the manager's come in, he can really get an identity to the team. Like I said, pre-season we've got to be ready, and to catch City and Liverpool and the other teams, we need to be right on it from the start, and like I said, that's training, and put it into games as well.
Thanks for your time. Cheers, mate.
That's nearly all we've got time for as well. Quick reminder, you can see the rest of that chat and all the other chats post-match on the official Manchester United app. That's it. Maisie.
Pleasure.
Wes.
Till next week.
And Lou, Uncle Lou.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.